Hello, and welcome to Culturally Distressed Podcast. I'm Miyoko Sakatani. I'm a second generation Japanese American, or Nisei, and I'm a straight baby boomer. And I've been culturally distressed all my life. And this podcast is, and thank you for joining us. And our podcast is for anyone who has cultural curiosity or challenges or confusion and about life, about love, about anything in between. So we're very happy that you're joining us. And this is my co-host, my wonderful co-host, Loic.
Thank you, Miyoko. Hi, everyone. My name is Loic. I'm a gay millennial comedian, French American, obviously from France, which explains the accent. So I also had my fair share of culturally confused moment in my life.
So let's catch up. My goodness, it's I don't think we haven't talked since before the New Year's.
I know. Well, Happy New Year, Miyoko.
Happy New Year to everyone. And so what's been happening?
We moved to a new place. I really love it, and we live close to family because
Oh,
Patrick's brother is actually right next door with his family, so it's really nice.
exactly next door. My goodness.
Yes, we share a duplex.
And I hope you get along.
Yes, we do. That's why we took the place.
Oh, that's great.
No, and it's like super sweet with the kids. We were talking about it with Patrick, and I was like, it's probably been the only few years in our lives when we live with family next door. Like that's so cool, to just have that chapter in our lives.
Yeah.
And for the kids, it's just amazing.
Yeah,
So
really nice, really nice. Although I do miss your window.
I know, but this actually, it's technically a Spanish revival house that was split in two. And so there's actually a lot of art throughout the house, which I really love.
Yeah.
But not in my office. So yeah, I can't. I don't have the same background. I'm sorry, Miyoko.
So you put you can put one of those background images.
I could though. I don't want to do that. It looks fake. So that was the big news on our end.
Can hardly wait to come see it.
Yeah, you're welcome anytime. We have a guest bedroom waiting for you and Richard. So
Oh, you have a guest bedroom. That's great.
I know I feel like a full adult right now at 40-year-old. So what about you? What's new with you?
Oh my goodness. Working on my solo. Well,
It's
the first,
fine.
at the end of the year, we did our food pantry to end the year.
Yeah.
And then we were going to do our annual ocean cleanup on January 1st. But
Where do you do that?
it,
Which beach?
Ocean Beach.
Okay. By the way, do I say it right? Because I know you corrected me once.
That's right. Yes, that's much better. Beach.
Beach.
Very,
That's right. Like that?
very good. Very good. Anyway, anyway, it was pouring.
Oh,
It's
wow.
been pouring here for like a week. So it was pouring on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So that was
Mm.
a washout, no pun intended. So,
Yeah.
so the rest of the time until now, it's like working on my solo. So that's my solo performance. My one woman show is February 6th to the 8th at a venue called playground.org. And you could go there and buy tickets. And my show is called In the Spirit of Gaman, the Mitsue Endo Story. So just wanted to plug that.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Well,
If you guys,
that's what I've been up to. So
yeah, I mean, it's a huge amount of work to put on a solo show.
huge.
And yeah, so if any of your listeners are in the Bay Area, early February, go check out Miyoko's new show.
Or streaming. You can when you go
Yeah.
to playground.org, you can see tickets and you can also stream it for free.
Yeah. And streaming, do you have to see it live or is it after?
It's live, but you get it for a week.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, you get the video for a week.
Perfect. Well, I unfortunately can't make it to SF on that
Oh, yeah,
weekend.
yeah, that's fine.
Um,
But
so I will be one of the streamers.
one of the streamers,
Hmm.
I'll feel your spirit.
Thanks.
Our topic of the day is about withhold and lies,
Yes, yes.
especially as children growing up, teenagers, and embarrassing moments. And we're
Mhm.
going to
Yeah,
start with Loic's story.
yeah.
And he
I
starts,
think my,
oh, okay, go ahead.
oh, sorry. I was going to say, I think my withhold and lie actually tied to some of my embarrassments. I think, I think to me, it's, coming out was rough for me. It took me a long time. But even to be honest with myself, like I think I started to realize I might be gay when I was a teenager. I didn't really have a clue when I was younger, when I was a kid. Um, but yeah, it became pretty clear when I was a teenager. And so yeah, I held it for a very long time. I like I had my first gay experience when I was maybe like 21. My first serious relationship when I was 24. Oh no, I did have a long term, like a 1 year and a half before when I was 22. But like my point is that I came out to my parents, I was maybe like 28 or 29. Yeah.
Uh,
So it took me a while. But I think my embarrassing moment actually tied to that. Just like the few times I've slept with women must have been pretty embarrassing. Like the mechanics worked, but my heart wasn't really into it. But it's that thing where like you're like, well, if I don't try, I don't know for sure. I mean, I know some gay men who have never been with women because they were very clear that it wasn't for them.
right.
But for me, because I grew up with this idea that this was a model, I feel like, well, I have to check it out and see, maybe and I do think, I do think women are beautiful and gorgeous um, and I understand the attraction to women. I'm just not participating in it, I guess. I have more fun with men, I guess is my point. So yeah, so in retrospect, I think I must have been a pretty boring partner to them because I think I just wasn't very curious or excited to try different things. It was just anyway.
Thank you. I think you left a few of them heartbroken.
I don't know. I think I mean, I feel like I've had girlfriends, but I've never had like and I think it was on both sides. We were not like crazy about each other. I think we were young, fooling around. I I don't think it was anything too serious. So they all got over it. Believe me.
Yeah, they probably have PTSD. They probably have therapy now.
And actually, that's one of my ex-girlfriend. That's the reaction she had because now we're actually very good friends to this day. I have an amazing college friends group. And she's part of it. We chat. Now she's married with two kids. She's married to a man with two kids. But when I came out to her, that was her reaction was like, "Oh my God, do I look like a man?" I was like, "No, not at all." And she's a very beautiful woman. But I think to her, it triggers some insecurity, which I can get, when you've been with someone and then they come out, you wonder if you have a
Yeah,
part in it. But I think that's the thing that people should understand is that no one becomes gay because of a bad experience with a woman. If you're gay, you're gay.
right,
Not a woman's not going to turn you gay.
right, right, right. So, did your parents ever ask you, or do you think they already knew?
That's actually a great question. I think my mom knew, but was in denial. Um, so actually, before I came out to her, my mom also has great intuition, so she always knows when something is up.
Oh yeah.
And one day, I remember she called me and out of the blue and was like, "Loic, I had a dream last night. You were holding hands with a man."
Wow.
And I panicked because I wasn't ready to come out to her. Or I feel like it was more like if I was coming out to her, then would have to come out to my dad, and I wasn't ready to do that.
Yeah.
And so I lied. I was like, "No, why are you dreaming that?"
Mm,
'Cause I wasn't ready. And to be honest, I had a lot of guilt. I
mhm.
had so much guilt around the fact that I was hiding it. And even when I came out, I felt guilty that I didn't come out earlier to them. I don't know, it's kind of like this weird cycle.
Yeah.
Um, so it took me a lot to actually process and be okay with that. And like, hey, it was my timeline. I needed to process things that I needed to process. It was my journey. It took me time to get there, but now I'm there, and now we are all one big happy family. They met Patrick. They love him. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's wonderful. So did the Catholicism have any influence on your guilt or your parents' reactions? The religion?
I mean, I think so. To be honest, I don't. I grew up like Catholic. I don't really consider myself Catholic anymore. If I'm being honest, I think I'm more like New Age,
Yeah.
LA, woohoo thing is for my religion now. Uh,
But at the time and also your parents, were they religious?
Not much, if I'm being honest. I mean, they're both Catholic, but it's not like we're not like a church-going family, if I'm being honest. Um, I think it more came down to the way people would look at us. I think it was more like a reputation kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
In the countryside, having a gay kid, people talk.
Mhm.
Um, but you know what? It's actually funny. Like I was talking about it with my mom when I was in France a few months ago, and she's basically outing me to everyone in France. Like, and she's like, even if my dad is like, more conservative friends or like will be with his, you know, my dad is a hunter, so we'll be with his hunting group friends, whatever. But I was like, oh yeah, my
Right.
my son has he's engaged to a man. Just like, just that thing. Yeah, maybe her way to deal with it, but I think it's kind of fun. So then, they're not hiding me or anything. Which feels pretty good. That's how it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
But
wonderful.
it took me a while, but kids, if some of you listen and are in the same solution, situation, things gets better. Now it's me go. What about you? What's your
Oh my gosh.
secret?
I hid practically everything
Oh, like what?
growing up. My mother was caring, very caring.
Okay.
And but she was also very excitable.
Okay.
I mean, if you told her anything, she'd get all excited. So I think as a kid, I perceived that as either being angry or not approving. So therefore, um, I didn't share much with her because I was afraid of her reaction. So I
Um,
got bullied at
yeah.
school. I almost got beat up, and I never shared any of that with her. And then
Oh wow.
the other thing is when I did share something with her, like, okay, I'll share this story. Girls get to see this movie. I think it was made by Disney, and it's a animated movie about a woman's girl's menstrual period cycle. So you
Okay.
see that. And so I saw it and I came home and, oh, you get a pamphlet. I came home and I said, "Oh, mom, look, I got to see this today." And she nodded her head like that. But I didn't realize until later that she didn't understand what I was saying. She only spoke Japanese and understood Japanese. So I was excited as a kid, saying, "Oh, mom, I saw this thing and da, 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 da." And I finally realized later on that she'd always nod her head, but I don't
Mm,
think she understood a thing I was saying, you know. But anyway, get so so then when I did start my menstrual period cycle, I completely forgot about the movie because it was a couple of more years later, and
okay.
so it scared me because it's like, oh my God, what is this? It happened in gym class, and
Oh, shoot.
so I came home and I didn't tell my mother. I was afraid to tell my mother. I thought she would get all excited, and so I tried to hide it from her. But the problem is, I didn't know how to put on the thing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You have a and those days, you have a sanitary pad, and
Mhm.
you have this belt. You have a belt, and you
Oh, wow.
yeah. So I was trying to figure out what to do with this thing, and my mother walked in. She was wondering why I was in the bathroom for so long because we only had one bathroom, and we were living in a poor area. Um, she walked in on me, and I was trying to figure out how to put this on, and she goes, "Oh, da 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 da," all in Japanese that I started, and she got all excited. And this is exactly why I didn't want to mention it to her.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was just one of my stories. So I might as well finish the story. So what happened is I'm in the bathroom finishing up, and she leaves the bathroom, goes to the kitchen. They're having breakfast. My father, my brother, and she says, "Oh," in Japanese. I understood what she was saying. "Oh, Miyoko started her period."
Oh my God.
I was so humiliated. I thought, "Oh my God." She told my brother
Yeah.
and my father.
Oh my. Yeah. I imagine that's not the thing you want everyone in the family to know.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
embarrassing. So anyway, so as I grew up, you know, my mother was pretty strict about being being with your own kind. So when
mhm.
I was in junior high school and high school, I always went out with non-Asian, non-Japanese boys and men, boys. So I always snuck out. You know, as far
Do
as
you think, do you think part of you was, were you like, did it just happen organically or were you doing it on purpose because you wanted to rebel?
oh, that's a great question. It didn't matter. It's just they were whoever was attractive to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, I snuck out all the time. I thought I was getting away with things, but you know, like your mother, she was very intuitive, and she
Mm.
probably always knew when I was doing something that I shouldn't be doing. And so, you know, sometimes a friend would pick me up. I said, "Oh, I'm going to go out with so and so." So a girlfriend would pick me up, and we'd go out, and then I'd meet up with a guy. We'd have that all arranged. So
Oh my God. So you were in high school then,
yeah,
I
high school.
assume.
So anyway, yeah, so that's why this topic was a big topic for me because I feel like I withhold a lot from my mother.
Yeah.
And I mentioned my mother because my father was, how shall I explain my father? He should have never been a father. No, no offense. He should have been a Buddhist monk, is what he should have been. But he ended up with 6 kids. And
I mean, thank God, because now you're here.
yeah, thank God. Yeah, I'm the baby too. I was the last one. Anyway, I learned right away who wore the pants in the family
Yeah.
because one time my mom was away. I think she was at the store or something. So I wanted to go visit a friend. And so I asked my dad, I said, "Pop, I'm going to go visit so and so." He goes, "Okay, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead." And so then I left. And then when I came back and my mom was there, she was very angry. "Where did you go?" And I says, I went to my friend's house. I asked Pop and he said, okay. You never ask Pop for anything. He will say yes to everything. If you say you're going to go kill somebody, he'll say, "Go ahead." Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, but Pop, I'm gonna go out and take drugs. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Uh,
So yeah, he wasn't really, it
but
was,
my mom made it very clear.
yeah,
We never ask my father for anything anymore. It's all
yeah,
my mother's the one that runs the runs.
she was the boss.
Yeah, but I tell you,
Hmm.
she had a hard life,
Yeah.
and I praise her, I honor her. So anyway, let's see, and then yeah. So even as an adult, when I was getting lived with a guy and stuff, I kept a lot of that to my. I mean, I just kept it private. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
Yeah. I do feel like to a certain extent, I mean, I don't know actually if that's true. I was going to say, I imagine a lot of teenagers hide things from their parents, right?
yeah,
And I feel like it's probably like a healthy thing to do. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's, I feel like in those years, you start to build your personality. You need to have your own world that you don't,
yeah, yeah,
share everything off with your parents.
totally.
Um, yeah, maybe we both took it to an extreme.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, I would say I wasn't sticking out. I was, good student. I feel like I was an easy kid overall. I would give myself an A.
you're still that way.
Yeah, honestly, I think my parents got pretty lucky in terms of kids. I feel like, yeah, my sisters were also pretty, uh, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, well, we put our mother through hell, actually. My older brother was sort of like a rebellious teenager and joined a bad team,
Mm.
and
Oh,
I was very defiant, and yeah, so she had a hard time, and boy, after we grew up, like my brother when he started having kids, then he really understood.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, I imagine, yeah, having kids make that thing and yeah, puts everything in. I heard a lot that when you have kids yourself, you can relate to what your parents went
exactly,
through. Yeah.
exactly. So anyway, there you
Um,
go. As far as embarrassment, probably embarrassing when I got caught in anything I
well, so did you actually get caught?
caught in what? Caught in sneaking out and stuff?
Yeah,
Some things I got caught in. When you're a teenager, you go out and smoke. Did you ever do that? Did you ever smoke?
I didn't because again, I was a good boy, but
You're too good. Anyway, so I started smoking, and you think you think you hide it, but you smell like smoke. You don't know you
yeah,
smell like smoke, So I got caught on that. I got caught sneaking out. So those were embarrassing times when I got caught because I thought I was getting away with something, but anyway,
how old were you when you left home?
21.
21. And so that's when you wait. How long is nurse school? Like, did you leave because you were actually like working, or did you leave
Yeah,
as a student?
yeah, I became an RN. I became a registered nurse. Yeah, so
Okay.
there's a story about that too. So I wanted to leave home, because my mother and I really had a terrible relationship in my teenage years and my young adult years.
Mm.
So I wanted to leave home, and there's two or three girlfriends saying, "Hey, let's get a place, and we could share the rent." Blah blah blah. So this is one of the things my mother's intuitive. She either overheard something or she felt something. She knew we were up to something, and I was like eight, 18 or 19, 20, 19. I was graduated high school, and I started nursing, started college. And so we said, "Yeah, let's do it." And I'd be on the phone. I said, "Yeah, let's do it." My mother was either overhearing or she felt something anyway. So I finally says, "Okay, Mama, we're gonna find a place to live." And then, oh my God, she went into such drama, crying, uh, just guilt. She was hysterical and she ran to her bedroom. So I called my friend up and I said, I can't do it.
Mm,
So I ended up staying there, finishing school, started a job, and then 21 when I got my job, when I got my RN, got a job, I'm out of here. But let me, in retrospect, so I was much more resentful to my mother during that time because she made me stay. In retrospect, the reason why she wanted me to stay was because she knew. See, she had such savvy street. She was so streetwise, um, and she knew that if I moved out and lived with friends, that number one, I wouldn't be able to save any money. Number two, I might not finish my school. Um, and she was smart because I have a feeling that
yeah.
if I did what I wanted to do, I have a feeling it wouldn't have worked out with
Yeah.
school. But she knew that. And so as soon as I graduated and got my RN license, she was thrilled. And it's like, okay, she was fine. Go move. You can leave now.
Do you think it was hard for her to maybe because you're the last one, the youngest one of
Yeah.
your siblings? Because I don't know, it made me think. I don't, have you seen the movie Boyhood?
Yeah, I
Um,
heard about it.
I love this movie so much. It's the one who follows like a young boy, and they shot it over like I think like
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
12 years. So you actually see the boy becoming a teenager and a young adult. And basically, like, it's a bit of a spoiler, so tune off if you don't want to listen. But like, there's this scene towards the end where he leaves home to go to college. And that scene, the actress who played his mom, Patricia Arquette, does such a wonderful job to show the emotion of that, of this woman becoming an empty nester and the, sadness, right, of this chapter that end. And it's just such a beautiful moment. And I know it's going to be me. The day I have kids and they leave to college, I will be heartbroken. And so I wonder if there's also maybe a bit of that when, for her, it was also like,
Could
you
be.
know, that chapter of like, because once you move home, you're not coming back, right? It becomes the next chapter of your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So when I think back on all those things I did and the things she got upset, all the things she was upset about, she had every right to. And I think she probably prevented me from getting into real trouble. Even though I was
Mm.
very defiant and I was very angry and I was very resistant and I was saying, "No, I wanna do this and that." Um, I think she was right. She knew what she was doing.
Well, that's good that now came to that realization and see it all worked out for the best.
Oh, yes. Yes, everything turned out wonderful when
Yeah, look at you now.
after I grew up. Okay, so let's pivot on to our culturally distressed or culturally
Yes.
sensitive moments.
Hmm.
What is yours?
I have one, which is, yeah, like a funny moment that happened to me around culture. So I'm in improv class again. I don't know
Oh,
if I
good.
told you this.
Good.
Yeah. So I'm at UCB and I'm improv 201. So, starting to
Alright.
be with the big leagues. And it's a lot of fun. Love my group. We have a ton of fun. And so I was doing this improv, and so UCB is all about the game. And what they call the game is finding the unusual thing in a scene and pushing it to the max. And we're still learning, so sometimes things can go in
Yeah.
you think you're taking in a direction, it goes into a different direction.
Right, right.
And at some point with this girl, the game became my Frenchness.
Mm.
And so the way it works is we do different bits on the same game and we take it further and further and further. And so um, on the last bit, basically she starts the scene and she starts the scene saying to me, "Oh, you're about to meet my parents for the very first time. Like, you can be that French. And so the whole game became me becoming like offensively French, leading into all the stereotypes, starting to, basically my first reaction, I started to smoke and I was like, oh yeah, I'm too French for you, smoking on my cigarette. But then other people can come in for like small roles in improv. And so then it became a whole thing. One guy showed up and he was supposed to, I guess, be my brother. He was a mime. I mean, it became a whole thing, which was kind of like very funny. And I think in a way it was kind of like cathartic for me to just like, because I think when I started improv, I remember sometimes feeling like I was concerned I was out of place because of my French accent.
Mhm.
If I was in a scene and someone was like, "Oh yeah, this is a group of siblings," and I'm like, "Why is there a guy with a French accent?" And then one day, one teacher was like, you don't. It's improv. It's a game. You don't have to justify anything. You can be anything with your French accent. You don't have to overthink things. It's just like comedy."
Mhm.
Um, so it felt kind of like liberating to kind of like be in a scene when everyone kind of like embrace that, and that became the comedy of it.
That's good.
So yeah, that was a funny thing. So I'm not sure. It was not a culturally distressed moment.
No,
So oh wait, Miyoko, I think that's my first culturally positive
positive
moment.
moment.
Oh
Yay!
my God. Yeah,
Yay!
we made it. And oh, by the way, this is my final week next week. So I have my graduation show next week.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Which I'm very excited about because I feel like it's very fun to do improv in a class, but I feel like once you do it with an audience, it's just feels, it just, I don't know, the adrenaline is
Are they gonna
very
are they gonna
addictive.
videotape it?
No,
Oh.
no, it's a graduation show. It's- no one wants to see that. You just So wait, have you ever done improv, Miyoko?
I have. It's
You
not.
have?
Yeah, why are you so shocked?
Because I've never, because I don't know, because sometimes I think I know everything about you, but I don't.
Uh,
And
this is
no, because we collaborate together, and that's one
profess
thing I didn't know you did.
uh, yeah, and, I have to tell you that it's not my thing.
Ah, okay.
It's not my
So,
both as a performer and as a viewer. I'll tell
okay.
you why it's not my thing as a viewer. I am so uncomfortable. I have anxiety almost, because I don't know. I'm it's like I'm having this empathy or sympathy for the performers, and
Mhm.
them, are they gonna come up with the next line? Are they gonna come up with are they gonna be able to do that? Yeah, so I'm not calm, I'm not relaxed when I see an improv show. I'm
Ah, because you are
I'm
stressed out because
yeah,
you're
concerned
scared for the
about
performers.
yeah, I'm concerned about the now if when I see professional improv people, like that show on television, What's My Line?
Oh, yeah. Whose line is it anyway?
What's
Yeah, I
My
love that show. Yeah.
Yeah, well, those are professionals, so I enjoy that, you know,
Yeah.
because they've
They
been a
know what they're doing.
they know what
Yeah.
to but when I see beginners or amateurs, then I get pretty nervous about
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I see it. Like I've been lucky. I feel like I've haven't seen like non-professional improv. And to be fair, my one-on-one show actually, I don't know what happened on that day with this group, but we actually killed it. It went really well. It was so much fun. Um, but yeah, and I'm seeing a bunch of like improv show now at UCB, and it's when you see like people who actually know to do that, it's just so good. I'm so impressed. But I'm also going to tell you this about improv. I think for me, I really started to. I think anyone would benefit from an improv class. It teaches you to be, quick on your feet, be present in the moment, listen, like take space, but leave space for other people. So I think there's a lot of skills that are very useful in real life. Um, and that's really why I did. I was also very scared of improv. So I was like, I need to push myself
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm sure it's going to benefit my comedy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's really interesting is that my goal in comedy, and I have the utmost respect for them, but like I'm not, like my dream is not to become a professional improviser. And if these opportunities came, I will take them because obviously that's so much fun. But like my point is that because it's not my primary goal, I feel like I'm going there with no pressure, and
Yeah.
it's all about having the game and the joy. And I was thinking about that this week, and I was like, oh wait. I need to bring that in every aspect of my comedy. And I feel like sometimes I mess up things when I put too much attachment to it, which is also a spiritual thing. But I've been thinking a lot about the idea of like detachment last year,
Um,
actually.
yeah.
And how when you put too much attachment, you just have too much pressure and you mess things up. And when you detach, it sounds corny to say, but things flow and just work out better for you.
Absolutely.
Um,
I took an improv class for that very reason, to get out,
okay.
to stretch, to,
Yeah.
to learn. It's like a school, and it helps in other areas of performance. So,
100%.
and you never know on stage when you might need to have an improvised moment if
That's
something goes
true.
wrong.
Yeah.
So it's just a good skill to have. But
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about my culturally positive.
Yes, I was gonna ask you. Yeah.
Um, so in the same vein of theater, so this coming Monday, Playground has what's called Monday Night Playground, and they have it once a month for like 6 months. And there's one in LA, and I would like you to sign up with Playground. And
Oh, yeah.
and so what
I
it
need
is,
to check it out.
yes. So Monday Night Playground, they have 6 short plays, 10-minute plays, and it's off on book, thank God. And it's streams, and it's a live audience and stream. And it's excellent because it's not only reading, it's like we get in costume, we move around the set, and
Yeah.
there's action, there's a big screen in the back where they might have images. Anyway, they really do a wonderful job. So I am going to be in a wonderful play, really funny play. I don't want to give away the plot too much. Um, but I play this wonderful character. And what I'm excited about is that this character that it's a iconic landmark in San Francisco. The name of the play is called The Bridges of San Francisco County. Oh yeah, there's a theme. Every time there's a Monday night, there's
Yeah.
a theme. The theme for this Monday is called Tales of the City. And so
Nice.
every playwright has to write a story of somehow that's related to a city, this city or any city. And by the way, there's Playground in Chicago and New York. There's LA,
Oh,
Chicago,
wow.
and New York.
Okay.
And and you can stream any of those from the different places if you go on the ticket line. So I got cast in this, and I play this iconic structure in San Francisco. And the playwright is it stipulated any ethnicity and any age. And I love that because to play this character, it doesn't matter what age you are or what
Yeah.
ethnicity you are. And it just I love playwrights anyways who write stories that have an openness to, inclusiveness and equality. And so that's why I want to mention Loic, because he wrote this wonderful um, screenplay for us called Distressed.
Mm.
and
Poster right there.
and wrote a character for an older Asian woman, and actually a Japanese woman. So I'm just so honored that you did that. Thank
Oh my
you.
God. Of course. I mean, I wrote it for you. Literally, I had you in mind when it was.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a struggle out there for older women in general, and then
Yeah.
and then a woman of color makes it difficult. But a lot of these stories, it really doesn't matter what ethnicity you are.
I agree with you, and that's kind of like how I always approach my script. Is like, I mean, of course, like you have certain stories like reattached to specific like ethnicity, and it's just like when that happens, if you need that aspect of a person to tell a particular story, then of course go for it. But I think sometimes in a lot of things it doesn't really matter. I mean, especially like I do comedy. Like you just need some comedic archetype in most cases. It's just it doesn't really matter. Like for
Yeah.
my latest project, Still Little Boys, I you know obviously wanted to work with queer artists, right? Ideally, and but like I was really open on the ethnicity. One of us is non-binary. I mean, it's just like it doesn't and then I think it's actually interesting if a specific actor or actress you work with and then their own like personal experience can color a little bit the role and you can refine and to make sure it works. I don't know, I just think it makes the whole project evolve. um
Yeah,
so yeah, I yeah.
when you told the story about feeling a little self-conscious about being French. And so, yeah, if I took a class like that, and I have, I too would feel, well, really, I'm obviously Asian.
Mhm.
So it's like, how would that work? And yeah, I sort of got the same feedback, like, you are it's a performance. So
Yeah.
whatever you portray, it doesn't matter that you're Asian,
Oh my God, yeah. And that's the beauty of specifically improv. I think that there's no limit. You can be who you want to be. Like there's yeah,
Character, you can play any character, yeah,
yeah. So yeah, that feels very like freeing. Um,
absolutely.
yeah. So yeah. So
So let's start
y-
winding that up. I think
yes, I was gonna say, what's your updates? Where can people see? I mean, I think you mentioned already the
up
solo play early February, right?
yeah, February 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then Monday night is coming, January 19th, same organization, playground.org. It's called Monday Night Playground.
And
Uh,
that will be streamed as well.
it's streamed as well, and you
Perfect.
get free tickets. So, I gotta make a plug for Playground because, Jim Kleinman and Playground, because they've always had this, offer for free shows, and
Mm,
they've always believed in that
that's amazing.
theater
I mean,
should
yeah,
theater should be open for everyone.
it's so important to make sure, yeah, people have access to culture. And streaming is such a great way to do that for people who can be here in person or can't afford a ticket. So, yeah, shout out to Playground. I'm excited to meet the Playground team in person for our
I
own comedy show coming
We gotta plug it.
end of
So
March.
we're gonna be in a comedy festival,
Yeah,
and our show is on March what?
the last weekend of March.
The last
So 27th, 28th, 29th.
in San
We have a show
Francisco
every day. Yeah.
in San Francisco on the Potrero stage. It'll be live and streamed.
Hmm.
So anyway, thank
And
you
you're seeing, yeah.
thank you so
And I
much
was gonna say,
for
you
joining us.
see that.
Hey, sayonara, and thank you very much. We appreciate you. Um
Merci, au revoir.